Right, guys, we'll get started. 9 o'clock. I'll try and make this as punctual as I can. I'm not always very good with time, but I need to make a start with that. And I want to try and keep this short and sweet. And if we can try and do this weekly or fortnightly or whatever, then I think that's going to be amazing. I've had a few of you send me some messages of things you'd like me to cover. So I don't think I'm going to get through them all. So I'm going to do my best to see what I can get through. And if you've got any questions, there is a little group chat. Along the bottom, you will see there's a little bubble. You can open it up and you can have a chat. You can send me a message or a question in there. If I just say in there now, hello, you'll see that it's come up. If you've got that, you'll be able to drop me a message or whatever. If you don't understand something, then what you'll be able to do is watch this back live.
What's this?
Let me just mute everyone. Hang on a sec. Yeah, what you'll be able to do, you'll be able to watch this back. So basically, what I wanted to go over, some people have been asking me about navigating around Facebook a little bit more. And I just wanted to run through a few things with you. Now, if you're looking at watching this from your iPhone or from your phone, you will struggle with this. But don't worry, because you'll be able to watch it back and you'll be able to catch up with what I'm going on about then. So I just thought I'd give a little quick navigation. So someone said to me, where do they find birthdays? So when you go into Facebook, for me, on the right-hand side, and you can see it, let me turn my phone around, you've got those three little lines there. You need to click on, whoops, let me wait for it to go back on again. Let me see if you can see that properly. Wait a minute. I did see it a minute ago. There you go. If you can see those three little lines there. Okay, so you need to click on those three little lines and need to see where they are now. It's all back to front. So click on those three little lines and that will bring you up to the next page, which is there. And you'll need to click on events. So if you click on events, and then when events comes up, when you click in the center, it says calendar. Click on calendar and you can go down to today's calendar. If I wait for that to catch up, there's today's date. If I can see it, yeah, there's today's date. And right beside it, there's a list of people's birthdays today. So basically, they're all the friends that have got birthdays on my, if I wait for it to click. Wait a minute. Wasn't that typical? That will do it 1 minute. It's not doing it now. There you go. If you can see the birthdays that come up. Okay, so I'll click on the profile of that person and I'll send them a birthday message. For me, what I always do is I always say, happy birthday, hope you have a lovely day. Have you got anything nice planned for later? I always ask a question. It's always worth doing that, guys. So what that will do, and for me, I also send a picture. But it's always really good to ask a question and they'll come back to you. Okay, so that's where I find my birthdays. Now, adding people, it's something that we need to do quite regularly, daily if you can, and it does seem to be something that a lot of us struggle with. I certainly struggled with this at the beginning. I absolutely hated the thought of adding people. But what you've got to remember is, guys, you are giving them a gift to be able to earn a better income and be more healthy, all right? So you've got a gift for them. If they don't want that, that's fine. Move on to someone else. But just try and twist it around in your own mind so that you realise that you've got something to give them. Now, again, back onto Facebook again. There's something new that's just come out. Click on those little three lines. Oops, Millie's just come up. Click on those three little lines at the bottom again. Click on those. Now scroll down and you will see more above the settings. And you will find a part in there called Discover People. Don't know whether you've found that yet before or whatever. But if you can just let me know if you can see that, if you're able to do that. Who's watching on their phone, incidentally? Okay, so it's a bit difficult when you're watching on your phone. But nevertheless, I'll just repeat that again so you get that. Go to your three little dots which are, I can't show you, but there are those 3 little dots just there. Go to the next part of the screen, scroll down, and you'll see it'll say discover people. Okay, when you get on discover people, first of all, it's got all your groups you're part of. It's also got, for me, it says people living in Ipswich, Suffolk. So you will be able to find, that will say probably related to you or where you are. So whatever you've had on your bio, whatever you put on your bio, which is the part of your Facebook which says about you, if I find it, that's my profile. And if you look here, all these things, these informational things just there, they're all about me. That's called my bio. You can see it a bit better. I know it's back to front, but you know where I'm looking on my Facebook. That's all I'm trying to show you. And because I've got all those things on there, I connect with more people. So basically, it's going to connect me up with those things. Okay, so Zoe's got a Samsung, and hers is the 3 little dots. The 3 dots are the 3 lines. So that's worth bearing that in mind. So whatever you've got in your bio will come up, and it connects with people. So if you've got where you live, then you go on to this discover people, and you scroll down. You can see, I can see the part that says people living in Ipswich, that Suffolk. That will be people living in wherever you live. So if you click on those, you'll see then you get lots of people coming up. Hang on, let's see if I can show that a bit better. Wait, that's it. You get lots of people coming up that you can scroll across and that you can add really, really simply. So that's a great way to connect with people. And you will see on there that you've got mutual friends. That one's got 32 mutual friends. So you'd probably find someone that's got less mutual friends than that. But that's a great way of adding people. And I just wanted to show you about that discover people. I don't know if anyone had come across that before. But again, in this same part that I'm in, where I said that you've got your groups, you can go onto all of your groups, and you can scroll down past the Juice Plus ones, and you can possibly find things that you're also part of. Like I'm part of a group called Horse Chit Chat. So I'll click on, I can see where it is, wait for it to go up. There you go, that says Horse Chit Chat. So I click on it, and then wait for it to go. Oh, typical. Anyway, basically it's showing you all these people again that I can then add, check the mutual friends, and I can add. Okay, it's just a great way of connecting with people and finding people sort of much quicker, much easier. So I hope that part of it is a help. Now the other thing you need to be doing is making sure that your profile is set so that you are hiding your friends list. That's most important, because you don't want other people stealing your friends. So what basically happens is, when people realize you're into network marketing, when they realize that you're doing really good at network marketing, then what they actually do is they come onto your friends list and they'll start adding your friends. So you need to make sure yours is not public. Is not public. You're hiding your friend. Sorry, is public, but you're hiding your friends list. Okay. So again, we go onto those 3 little dots in the corner there. Okay. When you get to that screen, you go past the events bit. You go past the discover people, and you go down to the bottom to settings. I wait for it to just click. There you go. You can just see settings there. So you'd click on settings, and if you can write this down, or you can try and do it at the same time, but you click on settings, you click on account settings, you click on privacy, and you scroll to the bottom, and there's a part that says who can see your friends list, and you need to make sure that says only me, because like that you won't be getting people stealing your friends list. Okay, so it's quite simple. Again, you can watch this video back, and you'll be able to keep up with that. Another thing that's really great is that you can do see first. So let's say if you want to watch someone in the business, whether it be Amy, Millie, whether it wants to be Olivia Measures, whether it wants to be John Holowati, anyone in the business that inspires you, Emma Snedden, anyone. So if you go to their name across the top and you type their name in, let's see who I could find. So I'll do Emma Snedden then. I'll just wait for that to come up. So you don't have, this is what's clever about this, is it needs to be someone that inspires you, and because you want to be able to see their posts. But what will happen is you don't have to be their friend, and you don't have to follow them. And when you do this, they won't, I'm just trying to see where it is now. Yeah, that's right. and also your audience won't see all their posts either. So I've gone to Emma Snedden, for example. Wait for it to do it. Oh. Right, I've gone to Emma Snedden. I'm not friends with her. I'm not following her. But I go to more, the far right side, and you click on more, and you can do see first. So you'll see all their posts. So what I tend to do is I follow someone, I see first someone for a period of a few weeks, and then I change it and go and see someone else. And what we're supposed to do, guys, we're not meant to be copying posts. What we're supposed to be doing is getting ideas from other people. You can copy and paste them onto your notes or onto your Hootsuite or Buffer or something like that. Then you can edit it slightly and put your spin on it, and then you can post it a few days or weeks later. What you really mustn't be doing is copy and pasting things word for word, because if we've got mutual friends, people will see that, and when they see that, they're going to think we just copy and paste everything, and that's not what the Diamond Dreamers train us to do. That's not how we work. So what you need to be trying to do is copy it by all means, put your spin on it, put your picture on it, and then post it again, but at least a week later, if not 2 weeks later. So just make sure you do that, because we don't want people saying to us that they've seen this post before. It's exactly the same. So if we can do that, that would be great. So see first is really good. Find birthdays. I was going to do some help with the DMO, but really I've got a video which is devoted totally to the DMO. So if you haven't seen that before, then drop us a message, let me know, and I can send you the video where I talk exactly all about the DMO. And then after that, you can drop me a message and say, yeah, that's fine, that's a great help, but I still got some more questions, and maybe we can do a DMO chat about that another time. So that would be great. Someone has also wanted to know alternatives to doing Juice Plus other than on Facebook. Now, just wanted to touch on this a bit briefly, and again, I can come into this in a little bit more detail, really not tonight, but maybe another time. But I don't know whether any of you realise this, but before I started this business, I didn't really do Facebook. I had a Facebook account, and I had the Facebook account just to keep an eye on my children growing up. And I didn't really have a Facebook account to do much on it. I didn't post. I just had a little snoop of what they were doing, where they were, what they were up to. And when Amy said to me, come on, Mum, you need to do the business, I said, no, I can't do that. I can't post on Facebook. I can't do anything like that. You must be joking. So I went to an event and I met John Holowati, and I went with Amy because she didn't want to go on her own. And I went and met John Holowati, and he basically said, Mum, he said, you don't need to do it on Facebook. He said, all you need to do is go to your local pub, go to your local children's play area or anything like that, set your capsules up and your shakes on the table, set your laptop up, and just get chatting to people, basically. Just get chatting to people. And I thought, do you know what? I could do that. I could go to a car boot sale and I could set up my stuff on a car boot sale, and not to sell anything, but just to practice talking to people. And that's what I did at the very beginning. I went to the local pub and I set my stuff up. Well, it was actually at a local Hungry Horse where lots of my friends would come in to have a meal, and then they'd see me there and then they'd come over and have a chat. See me and Matt sitting there, and they'd come over and have a chat. And the capsule would be on the table. They'd either talk about the capsules, ask what they were, or they wouldn't. That didn't matter. But I went there the same night. I think it was a Tuesday night. We went every Tuesday night, and I just kept doing it. Then I went and did some wedding fairs. Wedding fairs are a little bit more expensive. You have to pay for those. But the benefit that I got from talking to lots of people was really good. Like I say, car boot sales in the summer are absolutely brilliant. You can, again, set your stuff up, and it's about talking to people and connecting with people and getting them on Facebook, basically, or that's what it is now. But at the time, it was about connecting with people and explaining about the products. And I learned so much about speaking to people because I got out of my comfort zone and I had to speak to people. I had 2 little competitions running, like guess how many capsules were in the pot, in a glass jar, I think I had. And then there was a prize draw at the end, and for that people had to give me their email address and their telephone number, and now they would give me their Facebook details so that I could add them as a friend. But before, it was just email and telephone number, and they'd go into a prize draw. Then I'd contact them later and say, you know, we chatted about your wanting to lose weight, or you wanting to sort out different ailments that we talked about, and then I would send them some information about it that way. So that was an amazing help for me. I learned so much, because if you need to speak to 100 people to get 10 customers, let's say, then what an amazing way to talk to people, by going to a car boot sale. I also do pamper evenings, ladies' nights, craft fairs, fetes in the summer, Christmas bazaars, Christmas fairs, what's the other thing? Tabletop sales. What else have I done? Our local fetes, church fetes, all sorts of things. I've been to the school and spoken at a school and told people about my story, told the school all about the child health study, all sorts of things. So that's how I did it at the very beginning. But I used to meet every Tuesday. And if you've probably noticed, I've started doing that again by going to the local pub, which at the moment we've been calling it the Raven. I've been going to the Raven every week, and people know you're going to be there. And what I love about it so much is people can walk into the Raven or whatever pub that you're doing it, and they can go to the bar and they can have a look round, and they haven't even told you that they're coming to see you, and they can come and see what's going on, what you're like, and they can walk out again. But if they come to an event, they've got to come in a room, a hall. They don't like that, and they think that you're going to shut the door behind them and that you're going to make them sign up. And we don't do that anyway, but they don't know that. So that's why I find going and out and about, you could go to your local gym, you could go to your children's play area, all sorts of places, wherever there's a gathering of people that you think you can connect with, and you just set yourself up and sit there and talk to people, basically, and you'll be surprised how many people will actually come over to you and speak to you and want to know what you're doing and say, oh, I saw you here last week. What are you know, what are those pots on the table? Hope you don't mind me asking. And you'll be amazed at how many people are nosy enough to ask and say something. But the car boots are brilliant as well. I've also been to car boots, and I've walked around to the stall holders, and I've been really out of my comfort zone, and I've said to them something like, Hi, I don't know whether you'd be interested or not. Obviously, you're here because you're looking for an extra income. But, you know, I've brought you my business card. If you'd like to add me on Facebook, then I can explain a little bit more about it. Because everyone at a car boot sale, guys, is there to look for money. They are there for want an income. So that's another way to do it. And it's really about stepping out of your comfort zone and thinking of a way of letting people know what you're doing. Another amazing thing is your neighbours. You all, unless you live right in the countryside, you've got no neighbours. You must have some neighbours somewhere along the line, so you can go out of your house and you can turn left or right and go and speak to some neighbours and tell them what you're doing. Put a notice up in your garden that you're doing Body Plus Nutrition. You're working with Diamond Dreamers or something. Don't say Juice Plus, but talk about that. What I've also done is you can get DVDs from the Juice Plus company, which is a little DVD of a 3-minute video, and I made a pack up and I put them in a plastic bag, and I put the video in the DVD in a plastic bag, and I put a little letter in there saying to my neighbour, saying basically, hi, just letting you know I've started something new and I'd love you to see what it is. And if you're interested, then come back to me. If not, then never mind. Leave the package on the doorstep and I'll collect it in 3 days' time. I mean, you've got your neighbours that may be ideal customers. And you haven't got to speak to them. You've just got to go and put a package through the door and ask them to leave it on the doorstep. How amazing is that? I did that as well. I did all sorts of things because I wasn't going to do it on Facebook. I just wasn't. Hated the thought of doing it on Facebook. You wouldn't believe that now, though, would you? You really wouldn't. So, yeah, that's a great thing to do as well. You know, if you're out and about, if you're working your dinner, and you can go and find somewhere in your dinner hour to go and sit and have a chat with people, do that sort of thing, all sorts of things. You've just got to put yourself out and do it a little bit more. So that's what I did at the beginning. And then about a few months into it, Amy started to say to me, why don't you just put it on Facebook, Mum, that you're going to meet at the pub? So I said, all right, I'll do that. I don't mind doing that. And that was my first post, that I was meeting at the local pub. If you want to know anything more about it, come and see me. And that was what I did. And people used to come in and see us. But trust me, sometimes we would get there and no one would turn up. No one would turn up and nothing happened. And we wanted to go home, but we said, no, we've got to stay. We said we'd stay here till 9:30. So that's what we did. Stayed until 9:30. Every Tuesday night for the first, from about September right through to Christmas. And we went every Tuesday night without fail. And sometimes if I now look on my post of on this day, which is a year ago that comes up, and I get lots of posts that come up with 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever time it was, of us having these amazing meetings and party catch-ups. So trust me, they are absolutely brilliant if you want to try and do that without doing it on Facebook. They really do work well. And that's how I built my business at the very beginning, because I didn't want to do it. So trust me, I know what it's like. I know how daunting it is to feel about doing it on Facebook, but it is amazing. And trust me, if I can learn how to do it, I know you guys can too. So that's a great thing to do. What's another question that someone has asked me? Okay, so the other thing is reconnecting with people. So I know I have a couple of messages that I send to people, and I'm actually, by doing the reconnecting bit, I'm doing the last bit before I do the first bit, but bear with me with this. So you've spoken to someone about the product and the business, whatever it might be. You've done all what you're supposed to do, or what we try and train you to do, and then you've sent them card details and you hear nothing. Or you've added them to the preview group and you find that nothing comes back. So I send them a couple of messages like this. I've got a few suggestions that I do. So I'll say, hi Jenny, hope you're well. Just catching up with you to see if now is a better time for you. So if it has been a long time, then that's what I would do. Another one is, so I'll read that again. Hi, hope you're well. Just catching up with you to see if now is a better time for you. Okay, So the next bit is really the first part of the sentence, which is, hi, hope you're well, just catching up with you to see if you have any more questions or if you're ready to get started. That is an amazing one. Hope you're well, just catching up with you to see if you have any more questions or are ready to get started. Another one is, hi, hope you're well. I am just going through my messages and thought I'd bring my message back up to the top. How are things with you these days? That's an amazing one as well. I use that quite a lot. I am just going through, hi, hope you're well. I am just going through my messages and thought I'd bring my message back up to the top. How are things for you these days? What you've got to remember, guys, is people have messaged you, but they've forgotten who you are. They can't remember your name, so they can't find your Facebook. It's not that they're ignoring you. Often it's not because they're ignoring you. Often it is just because they've forgotten who you are. They can't. Who's that girl that sells that Juice Plus? What's her name? Can't think of her name. Does it begin with a B, a C, a D? I don't know. What does it? Can't remember her name. Trust me, I've lost people like that as well. And I love it when someone, so if any of you drop me a message and I don't get back to you, just send me another message saying, I'm just bringing this back to the top, Jeanette, because sometimes I miss it. Sometimes I miss these and they go to the bottom and I miss them. And, you know, I'm only human and these people are exactly the same. But because we've sent them messages about our products, our business, the card details or whatever else, because we've done that, we actually think that they should remember us, but they don't know who we are. They've forgotten our names. So that's a great one. Hi, how are you? I'm just going through my messages and thought I'd bring my message back up to the top. How are things with you? Another one is, hi, hope you're well. I just wondered if you had the chance to watch the video I sent you. So then you could say, just wondered if you had the chance to watch, to watch the videos I tagged you in, or read the information I sent you. There's a few different ones there which are really great to bring it back up again. But for me, I usually speak to someone and I've sent them the card details, and if they've then not got back to me, I might leave it a day, a couple of days, then I might leave it 4 days, then I might leave it a week, then I'll leave it a month, and I'll just take my time with getting back to them, because, you know, if you're speaking to enough people and you're getting enough likes on your posts on your Facebook, you've got enough things to do to chase people, rather than chase people that have just gone off the boil. But you do need to just keep them ticking over. But I don't do it too much. I usually message them the second day, the 5th day, sort of a week later, and then a month later. And I do it like that, basically. Okay. What else have I got on my notes? I've got 5 minutes remaining of this free call. So I'm just going to quickly look down on the right-hand side at some questions or people that you've been posting. How have you found the Zoom so far? Have you found it helpful at all? Evenings are so much better, Christine. I prefer evenings for me, although I've been going in the afternoons because I've been trying to catch the children or mums or whatever else. But definitely evenings are absolutely perfect. You know, and for me, guys, you know, I just find going out in the evening, but it's being consistent is key. Find an evening you can go out, and instead of sitting at home on your Wi-Fi, go and sit in a pub that's local to you, set your capsules up, have a drink, and you'll be surprised who'll come and see you. That would. So, like for example, I know Chloe's at uni. She could go and do something in the uni caf, and set something up there at the uni caf. Ask permission, obviously, if she can do that. But, you know, you need to be taking your capsules and your shakes everywhere with you, so that everyone knows that that's what you're doing. So I would take the Chewies. Amy took me to the races at Newmarket, and out of my bag, I pulled 2 bags of the Chewies. And she looked at me mortified. We were sitting there in the champagne bar, and I brought the 2 bags of Chewies out, popped them in the middle of the table, and I just kept taking one every now and then. And I built up like 3 or 4 conversations with people about them. So how amazing is that? So, you know, you'll be surprised how easy it is to do these things. You've just got to think a little bit out your comfort zone. So, guys, this is a short and sweet Zoom. I thought that's what we'd try and do. I hope you found it very beneficial. If you have, I'd love to be able to do one next week. If you think that's too often, then, you know, let's think about doing it, you know, not quite so often. The other thing I just want you to do, guys, is quickly take a picture, and let me just get rid of the chat. Quickly take a picture before you go, and I want you to post it on Facebook. And I've got to hurry up, I've got 3 minutes remaining. We need to take a picture, and we need to tag each other in it, say that you've had an amazing Zoom call, and say that this is how we connect with each other. This is how our team, how we connect. We're a passionate bunch of ladies that wants to inspire and help others feel as amazing as we do. So we need to tag each other on it, and we need to make much of it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. Would you believe I've stepped out of my comfort zone, and I've done it. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. And let's look forward to the next one and see how we get on. Are you up for that? Brilliant stuff. Okay, catch you later.